Right, we're here today at Hayfield Lakes to talk to last year's Maver Match This champion David Burley. So Dave, take us back to the start. How many tickets did you buy to try and qualify?
I bought 6 tickets to start off with, 3 at Hayfield and the Glebe. I can't remember others, to be honest with you. Yeah, but most of them were Hayfield because obviously it's my local venue. Best chance here I thought I had.
So did you pick places that you thought you'd have the best chance of qualifying, or did you just randomly pick a few out?
Well, I picked places that I thought were going to be best ones for that style of fishing I do. Like Glebe, big carp fishing, Hayfield, big carp fishing. Yeah, just really suits my style of fishing.
What happened that day when you qualified for the final of the Maver Match This?
Well, I went in Baggin, I drew the same peg what I qualified off for the year before or 2 years before. I says to my mate says to me, what are you drawing? I says peg 29 on Adams again. He says, you're joking? I says no. I says I think I'll win match, to be honest with you. I won't have a cocky, but I know I'd be there or thereabouts.
What did you decide to do when you drew that peg?
I was going to keep it simple. I just set up 3 shallow lines, well, same rigs pretty much, just different depths, and then just set a waggler up. That's it, simple match.
And what did you weigh in?
114 pound, I think it was.
That qualified you for the big final at Hayfield again.
Yep.
The final comes along. Did you put a lot of time in practicing for the big day, or?
Put quite a lot in. Even though I'm out venue, I still needed to make sure I got everything right for the day. Like lads from Hayfield were coming up on open matches when I couldn't make it. We all shared information, what was going to happen, and out venue were changing over time really.
Did out change?
Yeah, there were a lot more. I thought we were going to catch a lot more fish shallow, which on like the week leading up to it, there weren't many shallow fish really. It all changed to bomb fishing and short fishing on deck. So
the day of the final, your daughter draws the other peg out.
Yep.
What were your initial thoughts?
Gutted. I was absolutely gutted when I first drew it. Well, when Evie drew it. But going into a final, you've got to stay positive really, which is what I did.
So what peg did you draw? Just tell everyone.
Peg 1, down far end of the island lake. It's not normally a prolific area, but it just changed that day. Like wind blew down. Yeah, it was just. I had quite a lot of room to myself as well.
What pegs were you hoping to draw then? What were you thinking?
I wanted to be in permanent pegs, 11 to 19. That's where I wanted to draw, or across from them, which is the 50s. I fancied them pegs to win match, to be quite honest with you.
You get to your peg on the day of the final. What was your plan?
My plan was to start off short, try and catch whatever I could in first hour or hour and a half. Then I set a shallow line up in a long up deck line, feeding fish with pellets, 6mm pellets with an 8mm pellet on band, and then just a bomb and a waggler line really. But when I started match, I started short. I had 5 carp in first hour, and then the crowd just got bigger and bigger, and the fish just moved out really. I had a brief spell shallow, which I got a skimmer. That wasn't right. So then on to bomb line, which I've been feeding from the beginning of the match. In the first 5 minutes I got a carp, and I just stayed on that really till the end of the match.
So when did you realise you had a chance of winning the match?
To be honest with you, it was just like I didn't. It was just I kept hearing my name getting mentioned, but it never really, because you always hear who's catching, who's not catching, but they could miss stuff. So I just tried to keep my head and just carry on what I was trying to do.
Did you feel a lot of pressure on you in the closing moments of the match?
In the last half an hour I did, especially when I lost that last fish. Well, it wasn't last fish, but yeah, I thought my head was going to explode then, because I could see Ben had catching, and I know Simon Foster had a few in closing stages, but my bank runner just just calmed me down pretty much. Just like talking to me, just says, look, just they ain't caught you up, basically. Just keep feeding, keep doing what you're doing. You'll get another one, which I did, luckily.
So do you think that's important that you had a bank runner? Pricey, weren't it?
Yeah, Mark Price, yeah. Yeah, it was important because he put me, telling me exactly what we're going off, what he could see. Whereas you're listening of at Tannoy and that, they're shouting names, and it starts to get in your head then. But what he could see were different, basically, which he sort of put me right and carried. He said I was getting faster and faster with feeding at one point, which he's turned and slowed me down and put me right, pretty much.
Yeah, it's good that, because I suppose you don't see what's happening, do you, when you're fishing? You've got someone else just saying slow down, keep your head, stuff like that. So I suppose it is quite important.
Yeah, my feeding were getting faster and faster.
Do you feel like in these big matches that you'd always have a bank runner then?
Yeah, I think you've got to have one, to be quite honest with you. Definitely.
You weigh in?
Yep.
What did you weigh?
41 kilos something.
Which is?
Just over £90.
You said Ben Ag were catching on the other side?
Yeah.
So you got Ben Ag's just about to weigh in. What were your thoughts then? Did you think that you'd done it, or?
Mark was sure that I'd beat him, but it's one of them, and you just don't know how big the fish are he's caught until you actually see what he's had. You can't jump to what he's had until you've actually seen what he's weighed in. You know what I mean? It's one of them.
So he weighs in. What are your thoughts?
Is it real? Is it really happening? Yeah. Cool. I've been chasing this for the last few years. For it to all come together in a one, it was brilliant, unbelievable.
It was quite emotional for you, weren't it, as well? Because when you were doing an interview with Andy Ford,
yep.
Because you were saying that you'd fished it with your granddad, that peg.
Yeah, when I first ever come to Hayfield, that is the actual peg that we went on. Yeah, so when I drew it, I didn't tell anyone until like that night. Marie even didn't know, which is my partner. She didn't even know, to be honest with you, till I told her.
So did you think that it was just fate when you actually drew that peg?
Yeah.
Your daughter drew you the peg. You fished it with your granddad before he passed away.
Yeah.
It were in the stars,
it
weren't
just seemed like it was meant to happen. Yeah.
You pick up the cheque. What did you do with the money? 60 grand.
Just put it in bank, really. It just went on a new house. Well, we're just recently going through all new house, like sold our old one and put it onto a new one.
You treat yourself to any fishing tackle?
No, I didn't bother. I've treated them to an holiday in Florida though, back end of this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
You haven't booked it round the qualifiers, have you?
No, November time.
That was your first thought of it?
Yeah.
So what's next then? You've won the big one. What are you chasing now?
Obviously try and keep that title for that one. Fishermania. That'd be nice to win Fishermania as well. Get that on my CV.
$41 kilos, 100 for David Burley. Which is well done, Dave, lad.
David Burley, 41 kilos, 100.
1 kilo is 400. Oh! Yeah!